absolute cinema. Hey everyone, JJ Reviews here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the critically acclaimed, highly anticipated Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac Games. Taking place after the events of the previous game, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales in 2020, and also the prequel of Marvel's Spider-Man 2018. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is bigger, bolder, better in many ways. If the first two games were the template, this game is the refinement and the pure mastery of their craft. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is, in a nutshell, a roller coaster ride for the ages. One thing a Spider-Man game must get right is the web swinging, and they've outdone themselves again. From Marvel Spider-Man in 2018, from the basic swinging to in Miles Morales, Venom jumping and Venom diving with tricks incorporated into the swing for more momentum. Marvel Spider-Man 2 gives you way more options in terms of how to traversal around the city. You have web wings, which you can speed through wind tunnels to travel at the city at great lengths. You can also use slingshots that will sling you far beyond the city at way fast speeds to pick up momentum. And also there's the loop-de-loop mechanic that's also introduced. These mechanics all combined gives you such a more broader and awesome more feel of Spider-Man. This game by far is the best web swinging. It's not even close. And I thought that back in the original Spider-Man 2018, that was the best web swinging. It continued to improve and refine the system that, quite frankly, they really didn't have to touch. Combat here is relatively the same, but they spice it up and change it just a little ever so slightly. The parry system adds a new layer to the mechanics, and there's some interesting combos that you can pull off with the parry. There's also powers such as, Peter's symbiote abilities, Peter's mechanical arms, as well as Miles's yellow lightning abilities and blue lightning abilities. They're all interchangeable once you get to the story, but it adds and spices up the gameplay so much more. Also, for stealth, there is web lines that you can use, which could easily take down your foes from if you want to play silent. Voice acting was quite honestly phenomenal, as expected. The standouts, in my opinion, would be Yuri Lowenthal. When he tapped into the symbiote, you could hear the rage and the pain in his voice.
Oh, this feels good! Carlos, you live! Get your boss needs better aim!
Najee Jeter, he was way convincing as Miles, and then also shout out to Tony Todd as Venom. He was literally menacing. Last but not least, also shout out to Jim Perry as Craven. Every single time he was on the screen, he was menacing, demanded the attention, commanded the room, commanded the scene, and I just wish that we honestly had more time with him. He was that awesome.
There are no good men. Only good prey.
Within Marvel's Spider-Man 2, there's a lot less side quests compared to the first game, but I would say the side quests are a lot better. Insomniac focused a lot on quality over quantity this time, and it greatly benefited. There were numerous amounts of side missions that made you feel Spider-Man-y. There was the helping out with the school of Brooklyn Visions. There are, walking grandpa across the street. These little things that just make Spider-Man wholesome and why Spider-Man is the everyday guy. But there was also some problems that I found within Marvel Spider-Man 2. There are quite a few bugs that I encountered where I got stuck inside of a wall or things of that nature. Also, it's very disappointing that a lot of features that were in the first two games were taken out, such as character bios. They're always fun to read, and it's always cool to, like, as the game like progresses, to see like the journals of such and such characters such as Miles and Peter, how like they get realizations within the game, and I just always love to read them. The podcast with J. Jonah Jameson and the Danica cast, there is no archives for them, so if you accidentally miss one while you're doing Flying Through the City and it cuts off, you can't listen to them again and hear what they were saying, and that just sucks because J. Jonah Jameson and Danica I both find hilarious, especially Jonah. Also, I found that in the post game, relatively, there is nothing to do. Something that the Miles game improved on that's somehow missing in this game is that you could replay missions after you finish the game, and you can't do that right now, which is terrible. Also, New Game Plus isn't a thing. That's just not right, and something that Miles Morales had at launch, and there's no excuse for why this isn't a feature at launch. Moreover, even in the Miles game, you could select your own crimes to do, especially once you finish the game in post. You can't do that in the post game. It's at random. That also sucks. For those of you that like photo mode, they took out the selfie poses, which were very fun to do. Why was that taken out? For what purpose? They were in the first two games. Why is it gone? There's just a lot of things that you can tell that they rushed the game out in certain aspects because fan favorite interactions and things that were greatly appreciated are taken out for no reason at all.